thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay guys, questions? Ace Romero from Philippine Star.
Secretary, you were mentioning a while ago about the OFWs from Sudan.
Yes.
They spoke with the president. Tama po?
Hindi.
Hindi.
Una, siguro, number one, even while we were in Cairo, in Aswan, assisting yung mga nagko-cross over from Sudan into the Egyptian border. The President was in touch with us, with the DMW and also with the DFA, asking for updates. And yesterday, before the meet and greet with the US-based employers, he once again asked about our workers coming home from Sudan. So basically, I think around 70, more than 70 have already left. Teka lang ha, I'll read it na lang para hindi ako magkamali. Hanapin ko pa. Yeah. Nag-land na sa Riyadh ang 77 workers. Ito yung out of the 340 na batch. And then, they will be assisted by the Migrant Workers Office in Riyadh until they board for Manila. So ito yung isang flight na via Riyadh. There's another flight tomorrow bearing 83 OFWs. So nag-land na today yung commercial plane with 77 OFWs. And then tomorrow, another 83 OFWs for the 4 p.m. flight to Manila via Riyadh. We are also engaged in talks with Philippine Airlines. Apparently, the Philippine Airlines has a partnership with Egypt Air. So we are still exploring whether for the remainder of the OFWs due for repatriation, if we can just engage PAL and Egypt Air for chartered flight via Dubai naman. All OFWs have received $200 care of the DMW while they are in Egypt. And then livelihood package financial assistance of initially 50,000, and then through OWA regional offices. Yung initial na 50,000 will be coming from the DMW as direct aid to the worker. Another 50,000 will be given by OWA to the families of the workers. So hopefully with the 100,000 humanitarian assistance, these workers will be able to start afresh. When we were meeting with them sa Cairo and also doon sa Abu Simbel as one, the issues they have raised were one, yung na-issue ng travel documents. They were asking if they would also be able to apply for new passports. And of course, the answer is yes through the DFA, you know. Second, yung financial assistance, and we assure them that they will be receiving financial assistance once they come home. Third would be jobs. And yun ang inaayos natin ngayon. Saudi Arabia is very much interested also in looking at the profiles of the workers. In fact, this will also be one of the topics that we will be discussing. Undersecretary P.Y. Kaunan and Undersecretary Bernard Olalia will be going to Saudi Arabia as my advance party, as my advance team this month. Kailan ba ang alis na yun?
May 17 po.
May 17, because our talks with the Ministry of Human Resource and Social Development will be on May 24th. So, to sum up, the President is very much concerned and is always updated on the results of our repatriation efforts. Number two, there are employers in the US and also in the cruise ship industry and in Saudi Arabia that are very much interested and would like to see the profiles of our workers from Sudan. And number three, livelihood assistance is in place to provide them with a fresh start in life.
Okay. Follow-up, Ace.
Secretary, kailan po ba matatapos yung evacuation po ba tapos na? O meron pa tayong i-evacuate as we speak? And kailan po matatapos yung pagpapauwi ng mga Filipinos pagdating sa kanila sa Pilipinas?
Yeah, the good news is that I think nasa 600 mark na tayo, no? Maybe even more. Kasi yung iba doon naman dumaan sa Port of Sudan, crossing over to Jeddah. May iba na nakasakay sa Greek airline. So, iba-ibang exit routes, no? I heard meron din na nag-landing sa Jordan. When I was there, ang sabi ni Ambassador Tago sa akin was that, or hindi pala si Ambassador Tago, it was the embassy staff sa Cairo who told me na nasa 777 initially yung nagre-request ng help or nag-reach out sa Philippine Embassy. So, may mga naiwan pa. I think the best source kung ilan sila, nasaan sila, and anong plano nila would still be the DFA. Yes.
Okay. Marlon Ramos from Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Kay Secretary. Ngayon, yung mga workers who are coming from Sudan, mga ilan gano'n sila karami yung express ng interest na magtrabaho dun sa mga US companies na
Ngayon kasi papauwi pa lang yung bulk dun sa, kung maalala nyo may 340, so 76 na sa Jeddah na, tapos another 80 plus tomorrow. Pareho pala via Riyadh. And then, yung sa chartered flight, mga more or less 300 yun. So actually, we need to give them time to rest and then kukunin namin yung profiles nila. There were some workers who told me that they're interested to work elsewhere, not in Sudan. May mga nagsabi naman sa akin na their companies have branches in other countries. In fact, specifically, yung isa sabi sa akin, ma'am, pwede bang dumiretso na ako ng Djibouti kasi may branch yung company namin doon. Pero sabi nga namin, uwi ka muna, try to spend time with your family, and then pag decided ka na, then we will help you out with the contract and all that.
Simula po nung dumating si Presidente dito sa US, marami na pong meetings with the US companies. Mga ilang na po yung nag-generate pa, o possible na mag-generate ng trabaho para sa mga migrant
Yung
workers na.
nakausap namin, top employers yon. Ang sabi nung nasa cruise ship industry and labor attaché will provide you with the names ng mga nakausap ni Presidente. Sabi nila, we now have 150,000 existing employees, which represents 1/3 of their workforce. Collectively, ito yung mga cruise ship companies based in Florida. But they are looking at hiring 75,000 more in the next 3 to 4 years. For the health healthcare industry, they are now, yung nandoon lang na nakamit ni Presidente, they have 50,000 nurses and other medical professionals under their employ. But they said that the demand is great, no? The only challenge really is the supply of visas. So limited din yung visas for foreign health professionals. Kaya hindi lang naman din yung problema yung meron tayong deployment cap, kundi maski dito sa US, meron din naman sila ng visa supply limitations.
Okay, next we have Ivan Migrant from GM7.
Ma'am, going into this official working visit, what were your specific objectives as DMW Secretary?
Yes, well, first of all, yung of course to introduce the department to the Filipino community, ano. Kaya ang gusto talaga ni Presidente, every time there's a Philcom event, nandun kami, and then we spend time with the Philcom leaders in case they have questions about our programs and services. Second, it's putting together the top American employers and giving them the chance to listen to our president. And they came out of the meeting really inspired, and especially because the president said, you are not just giving jobs to 200,000 workers, you are actually giving opportunities to 200,000 families and 200,000 communities. And doon parang na maganda rin yung naging realization nila about their contribution as employers being recognized by no less than the Philippine President. Third, we had a meeting, that's why I was late. We just had a meeting with several anti-human trafficking organizations based here in the US, and we sought their help in the fight against human trafficking. And then I learned that may special visa na pala for domestic workers hired by diplomats and members of international organizations. Ang tawag nila is A3 and G5. And under that visa category, the State Department would invite the foreign domestic workers of diplomats and IO or international organization officials periodically to appear before the State Department so they can check on their work conditions, quality of life, and whether their labor rights are being upheld, no? And so this is something new to us, and we would want to incorporate that in our pre-departure seminar, because under the DMW, we can provide employment contracts under a direct hiring scheme for domestic workers as long as their employers are diplomats or members of the international community. So, yun. They also informed us that, ano pa ba, PY? The meeting with the, basically they are interested to work with us.
We need also pro bono lawyers.
Yeah, in case we need pro bono lawyers to assist victims of human trafficking in the United States from the Philippines. My third meeting, kanina lang, I came from the US State Department. I met with Kelly Rodriguez, who is the Special Representative on International Labor Affairs. And we discussed the need to protect our workers employed in various US military installations outside the Philippines.
Thank you. Okay, Vince Lopez from Manila Standard.
Hello po, Sec. Good afternoon. Mali po tayo doon sa mga Pilipino sa Sudan. Sa almost 600 po ng mga Pilipino na naiulat po ninyo earlier, may datos na po ba kayo kung ilan ang mga undocumented Filipinos na sumama na sa repatriation?
Kasi ang nagbigay ng travel documents nila, ang pwede na magbigay would be the consular officials. So si Ambassador Tago and si Vice Consul Bohar Kapati, sila yung nag-cross sa Sudan border to be able to give these travel documents. Sa amin naman, doesn't really matter kung documented or undocumented. The department is mandated to assist them. Yung sa Islamic students, meron din kasi mga Islamic students na ang goal pag-graduate nila ay magtrabaho sa mga madrasas sa farm. So, ang bili ni Presidente, dapat kung ano yung kalinga sa OFWs, ganoon din ang kalinga sa Islamic students. So we immediately contacted the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos and also the Department of Social Welfare and Development. So yung livelihood package for OFWs, ang magbibigay for the Islamic students would be DSWD, and yung aalalay naman sa students para matapos yung kanilang pag-aaral would be NCMF. Sasalubungin sila pagdating sa airport.
Okay, follow-up, Vince? Last
Follow-up
one.
na po. Kailan po matatapos ang repatriation po sa mga Filipinos na po in Sudan?
Yung good news is more than half na, no? Marami na tayong na ilipat. Thanks to, I'd like to credit talaga yung ating Philippine Embassy in Cairo, Egypt, especially Ambassador President Tago for all the hard work, no? But may iba na they want to stay on. Yung iba nagbabakasakali pa rin na huhupa yung gulo. Of course, hindi naman natin mapilit sila, no? If that is their personal decision. But if they would ask our advice, the best way really, or the best time for them to leave is now. And we also welcome news that the United Nations will be stepping in soon. Ang panawagan natin, based dun sa nakita ko, based sa mga conversations ko with the evacuees from the civil war, no, mga kababayan natin, there really needs to be humanitarian corridors and safe zones para yung mga gustong makaalis, pwedeng umalis. And then yung mga gusto naman maiwan, may access pa rin sa pagkain, sa gamot, sa tubig, and other basic essentials. So we do hope that the UN will step in and establish these humanitarian corridors and safe zones as soon as possible.
Okay, questions? Wala na?